This video is a reading of my poem, Industry. The poem is taken from the book, The World Anew, Poetry and Haiga Inspired by Art in Pandemic Times, published by the National Gallery, Singapore in February 2023. It is a collection of works from my time as the National Gallery Singapore's Poet in Residence 2021-22. The poem is one of 32 poems and haiga artworks in the book. It was inspired by the painting Workers in a Canteen by Chua Mia Tee, which was part of the exhibition Chua Mia Tee Directing the Rail from November 2021 to November 2022. This painting depicts a scene at Jurong Shipyard in 1974 and reflects a central theme that Chua Mia Tee has expressed with a quotation from the Chinese writer Lu Xun. 吃的是草，挤出来是奶, which translates to how the idea of cows eating wild grass to produce fine milk shows how, from the simplest of meals, the product of labor can be immensely valuable. The poem was read at the event Lingual Nerves, an afternoon of poetry readings at the National Gallery Singapore in April 2022, featuring poems of social realism inspired by the art of Chua Mia Tee. Poets at that event who read along with me were Anne Lee Peng, Madeline Lee, Yong Shu Hung as moderator, Edwin Tambu, and Isa Kamari. This poem was also read and discussed at the Poetry Festival Singapore 2022 in an opening night conversation with festival director Eric Valles. Two notes on the poem. One is that there is a mention of the EDB, which refers to the Economic Development Board, Singapore's Foreign Investment Promotion Agency, where I worked in communications and strategic planning in the early 2000s. There's also a reference to Goh, and that is a reference to Goh Keng Swee, Singapore's Minister for Finance in the 1960s, who steered the development of Jurong Industrial Estate as a base in Southeast Asia for foreign multinational companies. Industry for Chua Mia Tee and Chua Yang. Industry 2.0, we dared to dream, to do, every day at the EDB, our helicopter visioned PowerPoints animating value propositions, presenting lists of unique selling points, incentives, to create the future, never with much land, but always a magnet for capital, investing in upskilling manpower, better, faster, ever confident in your industry. Jurong, mocked as Goh's folly, vindicated later by workers like you, reassembling injured ships, sometimes risking breaking your own limbs, so that the backbone of our dear Lion City's tiger economy could be manufactured on your backs. To relaunch the old maritime Silk Road's cargo from spices to semiconductors. But now, with supply chains so backed up, amidst as much infectious zeal for growth, this canteen's still your go-to daily joy. So again, it's left to poetry and art, life's non-essentials, to inject the essential booster anew, even if it won't go viral, of saluting you, our unsung heroes, unheralded frontliners of an earlier age.